Friends, welcome to the tutorial series on network analysis made simple. In this tutorial, we shall solve gate problems on basic circuit concepts. Hope you will enjoy the tutorial. Let's go ahead. Friends, now we shall solve the question from GATE 2014. In this question, we are required to find the mutual inductance in Henrys. This is very simple problem. So, it is given that 56% of the total flux emanating from one coil links with the other, meaning K is equal to 0.56. And also we know that L1 is equal to 4 Henries and L2 is equal to 5 Henries, it is given. So, mutual inductance M is equal to K into root L1 L2. By solving, we get M is equal to 2.5 Henries. Very simple problem. So, next we shall solve another question from GATE 2012. In this question, it says that the average power delivered to an impedance of 4 plus j3 ohm by the current source 5 cos 100 pi plus 100 degrees in amperes is. The options are given and we have to find out the correct option. You see that the load impedance is given, the current equation is given. So, the average power consumed only in the resistance part of the load, that you have to understand, and resistance part of the load is 4 ohm because ZL is equal to 4 plus J3. So, we are required to find the RMS value of the current. So, Im is equal to 5 amperes. We get it from the equation of the current, and IRMS is equal to 5 divided by root 2. So, simple. So, P average is equal to IRMS squared into RL. By substituting the values and solving, we get P average is equal to 50 watts and hence option B is the correct answer. These two problems are very simple. Friends, next we shall solve the gate question from 2021. It is a very interesting problem. We are required to find phi naught, which is the voltage across 1K. So, if you observe the network, you find that this phi naught appears across this junction and across this junction, and both the junctions behave as one junction. So, you see that the network is a 3-junction node network. And if you want to use nodal analysis, you have to write 2 equations, nodal equations, and solve. But if it is possible to reduce the network so that the solution becomes simple, you should do it. So you see that this 6 milliampere is directly connected in parallel with 1K so that it is convertible. So by converting this current source, you get 6 milliampere into 1K will give you 6 volts and 1K is in series with it. Now, you find that the reduced network is turned out to be a 2-junction node network. This is one junction and this is the reference. So, if we write the nodal equation, we get the answer for phi naught. So, by writing the nodal equation for phi naught, we get phi naught minus 4 divided by 1K plus phi naught divided by 1K plus 2 milliampere is equal to 0. So, here is an important concept that you have to understand. You see that in the branch containing 2 milliampere current source, there is a voltage source of 6 volts, and if the current source is present in a branch and if the voltage source is present in the same branch, then the voltage source is redundant. That's why we have just taken 2 milliampere, which is going away from this junction phi naught. So, this is the concept that you have to understand. Another concept that you have to understand is, see, This phi naught is in volts, so phi naught divided by 1K will give you milliamperes. Phi naught by 1K milliamperes. So all these three terms are milliamperes. But if you take 1K as LCM and reduce the network, we get phi naught minus 4 plus phi naught plus 2 volts is equal to 0. So the equation which was in current terms, you have converted that into voltage terms, and by solving the simple equation, you get phi naught is equal to 1 volt. Very, very simple, isn't it? Friends, next we shall solve the gate question from 2017. It is given that in the circuit shown in figure, Phi is the sinusoidal voltage source and the current I is in phase with voltage Phi, and we are required to find the ratio of amplitude of the voltage across the capacitance to the amplitude of the voltage across the resistance. So, immediately from the problem statement, you should understand that the circuit given is an AC RLC circuit, and from the statement you should catch that the current I is in phase with the voltage V. So, in such an AC circuit, RLC circuit, when current I will be in phase with the voltage, you know it happens only when the circuit is at resonance. So, at resonance, Z is equal to R and I is equal to V divided by R, and voltage across R is equal to I into R. We shall designate it as phi R. Voltage across the resistance is phi R. So we have to find now the voltage across the capacitance. So you see that at resonance, phi L is equal to Vc is equal to Q times V. This it should strike to you immediately. So if we find Q, we have done with it. So Q is equal to 1 divided by R into root of L by C. By substituting the values and solving, we get Q is equal to 0.2. Now, the ratio of phi C by phi R which we want to find, you know phi C is equal to Q times V and V is equal to phi R. So, it is the ratio of Q times phi R divided by phi R and is equal to Q. Simple. So, the ratio of amplitude of the voltage across the capacitance Vc to the amplitude of the voltage across R is equal to 0.2. Very simple, isn't it? Friends, next we shall solve the gate question from 2015. It states that in the circuit shown in figure, we are required to find the voltage Phi1 and Phi2. Phi1 is the voltage across the current source of 2I amperes and Phi2 is the voltage across the current source of 5 amperes. If you observe the network, it is a simple two junction node network, and another important point that you should know that whatever V1 that we want to find out appears across the junction. So, if we write the nodal equation for V1 and solve, we get V1. So, by writing the nodal equation for node V1, we get minus 5 plus V1 by 4 plus V1 by 4 plus 2I is equal to 0. But we know I is equal to V1 divided by 4. So, by substituting for I in the equation obtained and solving, we get V1 is equal to 5 volts. One answer we got it. Now, to find V2, let us write the equation for the current in this branch. So we know Phi2 minus Phi1 divided by 4 is equal to 5. From this equation we get Phi2 minus Phi1 is equal to 20 and by substituting for V1 is equal to 5 volts and solving, we get V2 is equal to 25 volts. So you see that V1 is equal to 5 volts and V2 is equal to 25 volts, and hence option A is the correct answer. Very simple, isn't it? Friends, next we shall solve one simple problem from GATE 2008. In this question, it is given that the driving point impedance ZFS is given, and we are required to find the component values of L, R and C. We know ZFS is equal to 0.2S divided by S square plus 0.1S plus 2. And this equation can be written in the admittance form. Y of S is equal to S square plus 0.1S plus 2 divided by 0.2S. By simplifying this equation, we get Y of S is equal to 5S plus 1 divided by 2 plus 1 divided by 0.1S. But we know the equation of LCR parallel circuit in the admittance form is Y of S is equal to Cs plus 1 divided by R plus 1 divided by Ls. So by comparing the coefficients of S of the two equations, we get C is equal to 5 farads, R is equal to 2 ohm and L is equal to 0.1 henries, and hence option D is the correct answer. Very simple, isn't it? Friends, next we shall solve one interesting problem from GATE 2016. In this question, we are required to find the current I flowing in the circuit shown in figure. If you observe this network, you may feel that, oh, the network is complex and the solution is difficult and it may take more time and so on. No, friends. If you know how to read the connectivity of the network elements in the given network, you can solve very easily within no time. I will show you how. You see that these three junction nodes are one and the same because there are no network elements connected in those branches. So let us assume this junction node as a reference node. And if you identify the other junction nodes present in the network, you find that there is one junction node here. Let us assume this junction node voltage as V1. There is another junction node here. Let us assume the junction node voltage as V2. So, if you observe that this ideal voltage source of 8 volts is connected between the ground and V2, it means there exists the super node. So, this is the super node that you have identified. Now, you can solve this problem either using the supernode concept, or I will show you that this problem can be solved very easily using simple Kirchhoff's current law applied to a junction node. So, let us now write the nodal equation for the node V1. We get V1 divided by 1 plus V1 minus 8 divided by 1 plus V1 divided by 1 plus V1 minus 8 divided by 1 is equal to 0. So you see that 4 branches are connected to junction node V1 and we have 4 terms in the nodal equation. This you have to observe. By solving this simple equation, we get phi1 plus phi1 minus 8 plus phi1 plus phi1 minus 8 is equal to 0, and further solving it we get phi1 is equal to 4 volts. Once you find out phi1, what more is left out? We have to find the current I. Now I told you that I am going to show you how to solve this network using simple Kirchhoff's current law applied to a junction node. So let us choose this junction node. And you see that you have to find out current I, yes, which is going away from the junction node. And if you find the currents in the other two branches connected, you are done with it. So first let us write the equation for I2, which is going away from the junction node Phi1. You know I2 is equal to Phi1 minus 8 divided by 1, and by substituting Phi1 is equal to 4 volts, we get I2 is equal to minus 4 amperes. Now, if you observe I2 is flowing away from the junction node V1, and we have got the answer I2 is equal to minus 4 amperes, meaning 4 amperes will enter the junction node V1. That is a true current that is entering the junction node V1. Now you observe this junction node. You know two currents there. 4 amperes is going away, 1 ampere also is going away. Therefore, 5 amperes of current should enter that. It means you know the current flowing through the source of 8 volts. Next left out is to find the current I3 in 1 ohm. So you know I3 is equal to V1 divided by 1, and I3 is equal to 4 amperes, and it is positive, meaning the direction is same as I3, meaning the 4 amperes is entering the junction node. Now if you look at the junction node, 4 ampere is entering, 5 ampere is leaving, therefore 1 ampere should enter as per the Kirchhoff's current law applied to a junction point. Now if you observe the direction of current of I and 1 ampere is different, therefore I is equal to minus 1 ampere. That is so simple. Now I will show you how to solve using the supernode concept. This is the supernode concept that you have assumed. And you know that when you write the balance equation for the supernode, all the branch currents connected to that supernode will flow away from the junction node. This is a basic concept that you have to understand and remember. So, what branches are connected to this, say, the supernode, we shall see. This branch is connected, the current of 1 ampere is flowing away, therefore it is plus 1. This branch is connected, current flowing through that is 4 amperes away from the supernode, so this also is positive. Then this branch is connected and we want the current flowing away from the supernode, but 4 ampere is entering, therefore this is minus 4 in the equation of the supernode, and I, of course, I is flowing away. So by writing the nodal equation for the supernode, we get plus 1 plus 4 minus 4 plus I is equal to 0. By solving this simple equation, we get I is equal to minus 1 ampere, which is same as the answer that we have got earlier. Is it not simple, friends? Friends, in this tutorial, we solved the problems which evoke the basic concepts that you have learned. Hope you enjoyed the presentation. Thank you for watching.